Hi guys, it is the 2nd of January 2013 at 12 o'clock p.m. And I guess this is the 12th day of the Aquarian age. Man, I woke this morning to a new level of light intensity that's coming in right now. Boy, is this powerful. I don't know if you guys are feeling it also, but wow. It's more light in the field, more quotient. It's not like anything's getting expanded. It's more or less, in my perception, getting compressed. Like the light density is getting compacted and becoming more and more malleable, Play-Doh-like. And really interesting to see what's going on today and the shifts. I've had several talks with friends this morning about what they're experiencing in their life and about their difficulties in the separation of the dimensional awareness which they're within right now. And man, I went through this too. That's part of the reason why I ended up having to let there be light, why I ended up having to put my shop and my tools and everything into storage and just go hit the road and live completely from a fifth dimensional level of being. Even a few years ago now, I've been in this state of being for a while now, and it was because as I went through my activation process, the perceptions and the energies that I was attuning to, the lesser in the 3D and at that time, now 4D, it just didn't jive. It just didn't vibrate in a comfortable resonance of frequency. It just made things difficult. And my level of perceiving things in an expanded viewpoint while being around others who were in their 3D viewpoint, and this is all that they can conceive of and perceive, and then the 4D, when people have multiple little linear perceptions like that. That was a difficult thing for me to stay in while I was experiencing fifth dimensional perceptions and starting to attune to sixth and higher. Man, I'm hearing so many people today, this morning, yesterday, describing the difficulties that they too are having. I had to finally just pick up my feet and and go down that river. That's all you really can do. Now everybody is going to have a different experience and a different set of circumstances, but to just release yourself into the highest levels of vibration you possibly can, and to release those who are choosing to remain in the other lower levels of vibration and not to even try to comprehend their levels of expansion. You got to release these people at some point and step into that life which you feel comfortable in. If you're still playing in the money game world, then you're still involving yourself with 3 and 4D people. If you're still struggling to hold on to all the materialism, you're going to be involved with 3 and 4D people, and that's just not going to feel true to you. It's not going to resonate. It's going to be it's just going to be difficult, and it's up to each and every individual to the choice that when they make that break. And wow, I was I was speaking to a good friend earlier, and I'm not going to mention her name right now, but she was describing having to constantly be involved in the lower vibrations to maintain the stability for so many people that depend on her, and the persons do not want to up their level of consciousness expansion and their vibrational rate at this time. And so there are people that are dependent that keep her tied into those 3 and 4D realms. I don't really know what to tell anybody other than to express my own personal experience that I finally had to make a choice to release it. I had to quit fighting the fight. And the only way that you can stop the war is quit being an opponent, quit involving yourself in the battle. That goes back to the exact same thing on what's going on with the government. So many persons are feeling that we can vote so-and-so in or so-and-so out, and we can change the situation by that way. There is no way to change this banking system with the interest rates, the usury they put on it, with using money, and especially fiat currencies. And even if you switch to a gold or a silver-backed monetary system, that's not going to solve the problem. You still have the issues of those that are greedy trying to create a situation where they can gather up everybody's everything. It's just like the Federal Reserve, that's not even a part of the United States government, being owned by the Rothschilds, who aren't even American, and they create a fiat currency through the U.S. Bureau of Printing and Engraving and give it to the Federal Reserve banks at 5% interest before it even leaves the door. It locks you into a trap just by using money. We let there be light. And we've got to change the whole situation. These next few years is going to be pretty amazing. I said back in 2009 that as we are coming up on December 21st, it's like we're going through, and here's December 21st. And this line represents the Piscean age that we have just gone through. And when we come up on December 21st, we're going to have those tastes of the new world right there. But then we have to go back into the old world and old energies to clean them up and release those vibrations so that we can continue on in the new world. And so things will have to get exposed for what they are, whether it's the banking system, the political system, the war machine, the ruling elite, religions, as well as what life really is, as well as that about each one of us, all 7 billion of us, being great spiritual beings that have chosen this earth experience at this time as we go through the shift of the ages in the end times, which is still coming up. We chose to be here. We are really walking antennas. We are walking antennas of energy and frequency. And as we come through this level like this, we are just now entering this backside, having tasted the 5th dimensional, 6th dimensional, and higher side of what's coming, but we've got to go back and clean up all these lower vibrational energies and bring that into, and it's that same scenario of having a house on a piece of property and you want to build a new house. You've got to remove, deconstruct that whole old house so that you can build a new foundation, and all the way down to the foundation so you can build a new foundation and put a new structure on top of it. Exact same thing. And so we're coming back through that loop right now, still dealing with 3D and 4D perceptions and ways of viewing life, and ways of how humanity worked over the past Piscean age, and we've got to deconstruct all of that. the political system, the banking system, the usury, money, the war machine, the schooling, the way commerce is done, all of that has got to go. And so that we can build something totally new and different. We're not trying to fix the old Piscean age. we are coming up into something that is beyond comprehension. And as these energies that I'm feeling today increase, our manifestation capabilities are just going to get faster and faster and faster. Speaking of getting faster and faster and faster, as I was speaking to Lucas this morning, we were talking about the shift of Mother Earth in the polar reversal or polarity reversal, not necessarily a north of south pole, which that will happen, but in an actual full polarity reversal where the Earth spins in an opposite direction, the end times. I had several people wanting a simple explanation of why, if the Earth is slowing, are we continuing to feel like we're speeding up or at that same pace. And it's just like being in a vehicle, just like being in a car going down the highway at 60, 70 miles per hour, and then you slam on the brakes. Well, inertia is going to want to continue your physical body going at the same speed, and so you are thrown forward in time. Things are going to speed up as the vehicle, Earthship, Mother Earth, slows down. It's the same exact thing. And so that's what we're experiencing. When this will happen? Heck if I know. I hope it happens soon, because that means we step into our higher powers. We start having those avatar abilities more readily available to us when that happens. I think a lot of us that are in 5D and 6D right now, and living from that state of being, which is just a level of perception, a level of feeling, a turning of going inward into the heart rather than being in the head and perceiving the illusion from the head. It is going into the heart and feeling when you step into 5D. And of course, 6D is recognizing a spherical level of understanding where you're connected to all that is. Those of us that are experiencing this right now, we're receiving the opposite polarity that is up and coming, that everyone will experience when Mother Earth finally stops and reverses polarity and spins in the other direction, and the sun comes up in the west and sets in the east. And anyway, I think right now we have got just a mega cleanup of the energies, the energy and motion, the emotions of individuals that are just now stepping into 4D and starting to realize that something major is happening. And anyway, we are grounding those energies into the collective and into Mother Earth of the new energies that are coming in. And it's just going to be amazing to see what goes on. But this level of light that I'm feeling today, as I say it, there's the light again, it is just so intense. And the more we absorb these frequencies and live from these frequencies, the more magical our life becomes. The more when we say something like that about light, then, you know, the light appears. Just like talking about the people switching to a farmer ranch yesterday, and then the chicken jumps up in my lap. And same thing, magic things just happen when you're living from a higher level of vibration and you're holding the highest possible light, and you're living from your heart and just in the experience of everything. And that is the avatar abilities we're getting ready to go into, everybody. So anyway, we're coming up to the end of this video, and just wanted to say love you all. This is pretty wonderful what's going down.